All right, I picked up this little Homelite 240 for about 60 bucks. It rolls over nice. We gotta pull a spark plug though, because I don't know if it's sparking.
That didn't sound good.
Yeah.
Two projects. We have multiple projects going on, just like always here at the Embree farm. My wife is putting in seat covers. We're hearing her cuss every now and then. Here you go.
Oh, there we go.
There's the tool off my saw.
Yep, that's the tool I think I need. I done dumped all of my crap.
Yep.
I can get a socket if it's easier.
Yeah. What?
What happened? It's upside down. Which one? The one I put on?
Might have been us. That might have been us.
That might have been us. Yeah, we're good at what we do. We're great at what we do.
You need the,
I need a socket.
the other end of it do worth a damn.
That's actually for these, which obviously isn't the right size for this.
No.
Thank you, Larry.
There you
nice
go.
attempt.
We appreciate you.
Sorry about that, gentlemen.
No, it's all right.
Yours is kind of at an odd angle. Be more difficult.
Yeah, it's because it's more of a prosumer saw. It's meant for tree climbing, which is why I wanted it when I saw it. I was like, oh, that's too good to pass up. Little Homelite, those old saws, they'll run for fucking ever if you take care of them.
Yeah, I had a Homelite for a while. Decent saw. I think I bought 2 saws for one price on Maple Avenue somewhere.
That plug looks pretty good, actually.
That plug is not bad. Are we just not getting spark then?
Maybe.
It's wet.
It's wet, yeah.
See if you can put the plug. Hang on, don't put the plug back in yet. Put the plug in there and see if we can get it to make contact with the case and arc.
You thought playing with the saw instead of fixing the seed, huh?
Yeah, she got mad at us, so we gave up on that project.
We weren't doing it right.
Well,
we made more effort than she did, and we weren't doing it right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if that's metal, or the case is metal, so it should be all right.
That seems to be metal.
Yeah.
This might.
All right, go for it.
Yeah. Get spark.
Oh, we got spark, so it's something in the carb then. Maybe it's just we haven't pulled it enough.
It's possible.
That's a tiny little plug.
Yep.
Of course, that isn't a real big saw either.
Nah, it's only a 220. But I mean, if I bore it out, which a lot of people do, you bore out these little 2 cycles, and you can gain like 20 horsepower. What you do is you open up the intake and the carb and the exhaust, and you can gain a lot of horsepower out of them. This is probably only a 24 horse saw, given that it's a 240. Or 24 cc, I mean. 24 cc saw.
Yeah, I've got a...
Like my one at home, I have a Chinese one.
Saw, I think I got 40 some.
Choke's on.
40 some horse on the 18. It won.
Pretty good. It's 60 bucks, guys.
Need some more fuel.
Needs a little bit of love. Needs a little bit of love, but
Chain tightened up, some more fuel for it. I think you'll do.
Here, hold this. Let me
You got the tree trimmer saw, huh?
Yeah. What did I do with the tool I had?
There it is. Yeah.
Oh, that's too big.
Your tool is the right size.
Nope. That's too big. It's a 7/8. This is a tiny saw. I'm gonna have to find a. Hey, if you guys know of a little tool set for these old Homelites that are not normal conventional size chainsaws, let me know so I can get a chainsaw tool for it. The dogs are missing. It's got bolt-in dogs. Like it's got this. The case has dogs on it, but it also has a bolts for another set of dogs. They're not on it. But he probably didn't buy it with that. This was like a professional homeowner saw. What, in the 70s he said he bought this?
Yes.
Thing's old as shit.
I was born in 72, shithead.
Yeah, but the saw might not have been made in the 70s, though. He just bought it in the 70s.
The fella behind you was born in the 50s.
Yes, I was.
You know what? I'd be more surprised that this thing is made in the 50s and just sold in the 70s.
Fucking Christ.
I don't think it's quite that old.
Larry's like, I know
I bought
the 50s.
I bought a couple of old saws up on somewhere one time. And
He changed out
this is more modern.
He lost
today.
one of these nuts.
Yeah, I noticed they were different sizes too.
I don't.
They're the same size, but they're different. Yeah,
Yep,
yours
they're too big.
That's a modern size.
Yeah.
nut.
Yeah, ours,
They're too big.
the saw you have out there is a lot bigger than that.
Well, I bought it a year.
I think I might have used the last of the fuel there.
It's possible. It doesn't want to run without choke.
Also, it might be having some air,
Yeah,
getting air issues.
we took the cover off already, and
Looks like it's burning a little
Rich.
oil.
yeah, it might be a little oiled up there.
Maybe too much oil in the gas. Or...
And it hasn't been run for a while, he said, so.
It hasn't been run in years.
She's gonna work.
Smells
It's just
tad
gonna
like
take a little bit to get it
varnish,
cleaned it up.
too.
But you guys can join me on that, and then you'll see me running this thing in a tree. Actually, probably a few. I mean, we got a few around here that gotta be trimmed too. The ones hanging over your guys' houses. And
The one leaning into that building.
The
Yep.
one that's behind that building.
that's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
one of
a
the
dandy.
first ones that come down when I finally get up here.
I'm afraid the building might come down.
Yeah, I
One
know.
of
I
these
don't want you
days.
guys
It's
to.
headed for my house.
I don't want
Bolt
you guys
goes
to-
through.
Yes, I see that. I didn't even know how to bolt on it. But we'll put this little guard on it, just for because
It
it's
helps
supposed
with
to be there.
kickback, basically.
Yeah.
If you catch the tip on something, theoretically, it won't
You hear
cause
that,
the saw
kids?
to
Watch
go
where you
flying.
put your tip.
Yes. Never listen to them, especially if they say just the tip. Right, honey?
Yeah, that's how you have babies.
Oh. Anyway.
That's how you have babies you don't want. I don't have anything small enough. That's my problem.
Funny. He's funny. He has jokes.
Fucking assholes.
Funny man. Yes. He's a comedian. Uh-oh.
What's up, buddy?
It's a Chris. What are you doing? Oh, they're playing with an old saw.
And YouTubing it.
It's
Yeah,
not
making
as
a
old
video.
as me, so.
Alright, we can cut. Alright, so we gotta take a look at this little chainsaw. Now, my dad's like, oh, and not the one that was in the earlier part of this video where I first started it up. My dad who raised me, that's my birth. The guy in the first set of this episode was my birth dad. But this part is just me. But my my adopted dad, the one who raised me, told me not to tear the carb apart because the plug is wet, because the plug is probably bad. That's not true at all. That's not how it works. Your plug wouldn't get wet or flood out, especially when it's running good and then it just stops running. Plus, it's not wanting to run without the choke on, which tells me it probably needs adjusted more than anything. So that's what we're going to try. If that doesn't work, then I'm going to have to find out what the carburetor is, order a carb kit, and probably rebuild it, because these are diaphragm, and this has a pump in it. So this isn't like a regular chainsaw that uses vacuum from the engine to pull fuel. This actually has a fuel pump in it because of what it's designed to do and how it works. So it's very weird. It's a very old saw. It's from the 70s. So, and some of y'all are probably like, oh, you could have got that cheaper. No, not in this condition. Just a vintage saw on eBay, to have this same saw ordered to my house would have been $45. And it was all rusted. It didn't look like it would even turn over. Actually, the description says it's a vintage saw for parts. It does not run, which means odds are somebody ran regular gas in it. A lot of times that's what you end up buying when you buy it that cheap. So I paid, what, $15 more. Got a fully functional saw that runs, has no issues. So what we're going to do is try to get started today. My phone goes off, ignore it. We're going to be out here on the porch. We're going to start by just turning everything down. Now, realistically, you want to just get it to where it'll run, and then you want to be cutting with it. That way you can adjust it as you're cutting, get it running good. But for right now, what we're going to do is turn both jets down, and then a turn and a half out. Because something tells me they're getting too much fuel. Considering the low jet was turned out about 8 turns and the top one was turned out about a turn, I'm going to say yeah. I think the low jet is too high. So we'll crank it back a full turn. We'll crank the high jet out a full turn. Alright, we'll give that a shot. We're in now. We're getting there. It ran longer than it normally does. Alright, it went half a turn in, so we'll see what it does now. Alright, we're going to back it out half a turn more. And I'm going to turn the idle up a little bit. So I gave the idle half turn out, and I gave the low jet another half turn out. So I turned it back up and then went half a turn. Alright, I need to go a little bit further with the idle jet. So we'll go another half turn, We'll go one more half turn on the low jet. Okay, I think I turned the idle the wrong way. We're going to go that way a little bit. So, little tip for you. If your saw is got, anything with a 2-cycle engine, hell, I think it even works for a 4-cycle engine. If it's got spark and it's running, but it just dies, and then you take the spark plug out and it's wet, what it is it's turned up too high. So, in my case, for this little guy that I bought, pretty much didn't do anything to it but adjust the carburetor. And it made 10 times the difference, and it's a usable saw. So tomorrow we'll take that piece of shit off the front. Sorry, I'm going to try to keep my cussing down, but this is Ohio. It's hard not to. It's natural slang. I mean, sorry, I apologize, but we're going to take that tip off, that safety tip. I don't know why I put it back on. I should have left it off in the first place. First of all, because you can't plunge cut with it on. But that saw runs beautifully. That thing cuts like a demon. So, I'm glad you guys could join me on this little adventure getting this little thing running. I plan on having some videos with it. Don't know if it'll be tomorrow. I do work tomorrow. But I'm going to get this video up tonight. And I'm going to try to get a second video up this week. So I probably will do one tomorrow. I need to figure out why there's oil all over everything. It's definitely lubricated. I love y'all. thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.